Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Let's dive deep into fantasy analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
The numbers from the first round of fantasy football: 113 points, 79 points, 73 points, $0.5 million price rises after just one match. I don't just see a leaderboard. I see the heartbeat of a season that has just begun. I see excitement, expectation, and the invisible pressure weighing on every decision made by fantasy players like me. Round 1 feels like a statement. Everything can change very quickly. Charlie Cale made a powerful mark. His 113 points were not simply the highest score of the round, but proof of his constant presence on the field. From off-the-ball movement, to continuous involvement in key situations, to tactical influence, everything combined into a nearly perfect performance. The $0.5 million price rise to $8.1 million is not just a financial reward in fantasy terms, but a reward for those bold enough to trust him from the very beginning. It makes me wonder, in life, how many times do we hesitate because we lack sufficient data, sufficient belief? And when the opportunity truly explodes, we find ourselves standing outside the game. Ponipate Loganimesi offered a different lesson. His 79 points did not come from noise, but from the ability to turn small chances into big moments.
Fragmented plays, where many only see chaos, were exactly where he shone. It makes me think more deeply. Success does not always lie on brightly lit stages. Sometimes it lives in messy moments, where composure and awareness determine everything. Max Jorgensen represents another kind of value: stability. 73 points, rising to $9.1 million. He does not need extravagance. He plays safely, calmly, actively, and efficiently. In the volatile world of fantasy, stability becomes a precious asset. I realize that we do not always need to chase an explosion. Sometimes, a solid foundation is what keeps my squad standing through multiple rounds. Miracle Failagi in the forward line brings the image of completeness. 69 points may not be the highest, but it is enough to affirm his worth. His price rose to $8.2 million, like a confirmation that trust placed wisely will be rewarded. I see myself in that, the times I chose to believe in a less obvious option, and that very choice helped me break through.
Names like Caden Pritchard or Jack Taylor give me another perspective. Value does not lie only in expensive stars. A player rising from a low base to $4.0 million or $5.4 million can also create strategic impact. George Bell's $0.2 million increase may not shake the market, but it is a reminder that every contribution matters. Fantasy football, in the end, is not just a numbers game. It is a test of thinking, analytical ability, and emotional control. I look at the scoreboard: 113 for Charlie Cale, 79 for Loganimesi, 73 for Jorgensen, 69 for Failagi, 66 for Elaza Droses, 61 for Will Jordan, 58 for Noah Hotham, 56 for William Haverley. Each number is a story. But what matters most is how I read those stories. Am I being swept away by the crowd effect? Am I rushing to sell a player because of one disappointing round? Do I have enough patience to wait for a clearer trend? Round 1 selection trends also reflect collective psychology. Tipavai was selected by 62.6% of teams. Carlo Tizzano over 51%. Sevu Reece 46%. Ethan de Groot and Lester Fengranuku were also highly owned. These numbers show that we often seek safety in numbers.
When many choose the same name, psychological risk decreases. If it fails, we are not alone, but that raises the deeper question: am I building my squad based on my own analysis, or on the fear of being left behind? After round 1, the message is clear: prices shift quickly. Form is rewarded immediately. Hesitation can cost $0.5 million in just 1 week. But if I react too quickly, I may make mistakes based on too small a sample size. This is the paradox of fantasy and the paradox of life. Act too slowly and you fall behind. Act too quickly and you risk being wronged. I realize round 1 is only the beginning. An explosive performance does not guarantee an entire season. Fixtures, injuries, tactics, opponent adjustments, all can change the picture. If I look only at a 113-point score and ignore the context, I may be building strategy more on emotion than reason, yet I cannot deny the value of boldness. Those who selected Charlie Cale early were rewarded. Those who trusted Loganimesi or Failagi gained an advantage.
Courage grounded in analysis is a quality worth respecting. From this, I learned 3 major lessons. First, respect data, but do not worship it. One round provides signals, not conclusions. I need to examine tactical roles, minutes played, and consistency, not just points. Second, managing emotions is just as important as managing budget. When I see a $0.5 million rise, I easily fall into FOMO, fear of missing out. But rushed decisions can damage long-term squad structure. Third, accept calculated risk. No strategy is perfect. What matters is understanding why I make each choice. If it fails, what did I learn? If it succeeds, can I replicate the analytical model? For fans, round 1 is also a reminder of fairness. When a player performs well, they are rewarded, both on the field and in fantasy. The scoring system reflects effort and efficiency. It encourages healthy competition, transparency, and respect for real achievement. Fantasy football mirrors modern society. Information spreads rapidly, markets react instantly. Success is quantified in numbers.
But behind those numbers are human beings, with sweat, pressure, and ambition. That if I see them only as an $8.1 million asset, I forget the human element of sport. Every point is the result of preparation, collective tactics, and team spirit. Recognizing that helps me maintain respect and objectivity. As I enter round 2, I do not want to merely chase the market. I want to understand the market. I want to distinguish between temporary form and sustainable foundation. I want to build my squad on long-term strategy, not short-term volatility. I may make mistakes. Some choices may not deliver immediate points. But if I maintain analytical discipline, emotional control, and continuous learning, I believe the end-of-season results will reflect that consistency. Fantasy football does not just teach me how to manage a virtual squad. It teaches strategic thinking, risk management, and how to accept volatility. It teaches that success does not come from a single explosive moment, but from a chain of sound decisions sustained over time. And perhaps that is the greatest educational value a sports game can offer humanity. Analyze carefully, but do not lose your emotion. Be brave, but not reckless. Learn from every round, because life, like fantasy, always has many more rounds ahead.
Scrum Masters Elite_UK says goodbye. Stay strategic, stay emotionally steady, and see you in the next round, smarter than ever.